Gyan Sagar Educational Group presents eSchool.
Good morning, children. Today we will do our next chapter, that is chapter 3 from Flamingo Deep Water, written by William Douglas. So, before explanation, let's discuss about the author. So, Douglas was born in Maine, that is Minnesota. So, Minnesota is a state in the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and northern regions of the United States. So, after graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in English and Economics, he spent 2 years teaching high school in Yakima. So, Yakima is a city in Washington state. It is situated in the fertile Yakima Valley, known for its wineries and apple orchards. So, Douglas was born in USA and was a leading advocate of individual rights. He was a judge at the Supreme Court of USA, retired in 1975 with a term lasting 36 years and remains the longest serving justice in the history of the court. So, if we talk about that story, so the following excerpt is taken from, uh, actually, it is an author's autobiography of Man and Mountains. So, the author utters about his fear of water and how he conquered it by determination and willpower. As a child, when he was 3 or 4 years old, he would go to the beach in California with his father. So, in this story, we will see that how the author had been overcome from that situation. So, the chapter starts with, "It had happened when I was 10 or 11 years old. Till I will explain you, but I subdued my pride and did it." Clear. So the writer narrates his experience. He was 10 or 11 years old when he had joined the YMCA swimming pool to learn swimming. So here YMCA stands for Young Men's Christian. Clear? So every time this word would come, and I will not uh, utter the meaning. So YMCA stands for Young Men's Christians Association. Clear. The swimming pool to learn swimming. He did not go to the Yakima River to swim as it was considered dangerous. So Yakima is a place in Washington, USA, I have told you, and it was considered as a very dangerous river. So this shows that he had a prior fear of water. So, William's mother would warn him not to go near the Yakima River and would discuss the various incidents of drowning. So, he felt that the pool at YMCA was safer. So, the shallow area of the pool was only 2 to 3 feet deep. So, while the deep area was 9 feet in depth, and the slope from the shallow area to the deep area was not steep. So he also got a pair of water wings to prevent from what? Prevent from drowning. So he did not like to wear the swimming costume which exposes his thin legs. But as he was keen to swim, he gave up his self-respect and won it. Clear. Next is from the beginning, however, I had an till the overpowering force of the waves. So, in this paragraph, William says that he had always disliked water and recounts an older experience when he was 3 or 4 years old. He went to the beach in California with his father. They stood as a wave leapt towards them. So William stuck to his father to save himself. So that fear was there somewhere in his heart at that age. So, but the strong wave threw him down and he was covered in water. He was scared as he could not breathe. So, his father laughed and tried to make him feel comfortable, as every father does. Clear? So, but the little child was scared when he realized that the waves were so powerful. So, here we can see that fear, something was there in the mind of the author. Next is my introduction to the YMCA till misadventure happened. So, in this paragraph, revived means brought back to mind, applying means copying, and to feel at ease means to feel comfortable. So, when William joined the swimming pool at the YMCA, the fear of water resurfaced in his mind. So, he gathered confidence by watching other boys swim and tried to copy them. So, as every child does, whenever we go to learn swim, to we copy other children. So, the same way he was doing there. So, he had done this twice or thrice at different occasions and had started gaining that confidence. When the incident happened, he had a narrow escape from death. Clear? So next is I went to the pool when no one else was there till like to be ducked. Clear? So in this paragraph, William reached the pool. No one was there, and so he sat on the edge waiting for other boys to arrive. He was afraid to swim all alone in the pool. So, as the swimming pool was empty, nobody was there. So, he was waiting for others to come. So, William could see the bottom also. It had white colored tiles on it and looked white and clean like a bathtub. So, he was sitting alone and analyzed that water and everything. So it had not been long since William had been sitting by the pool when a boy arrived. So he was around 18 years of age, had a well built body and rippling muscles. Rippling's muscles, you all know the meaning of rippling's muscles. So he seemed to be a bully. He asked William if he wanted to be thrown into the pool. So, what happened next? See. So, with that, he picked me up and tossed me into the deep end till the paddle to the edge of the pool. So, here the boy picked William and threw him into the deep end of the swimming pool. So William landed on the surface of the pool in the same position as he had been sitting in. So his mouth was open and he did not know swimming. He swallowed water as he sank into the pool. He was frightened, but he used his intelligence and on his way down to the pool planned to push himself up. When he reached the bottom, he thought that he would make a big jump to the surface, lie on his back, and swim to the edge of the pool. So the author thought here that he gathered his courage and he thought that he would do this. So next paragraph, it seemed a long way down. Those 9 feet were more like 90 and before I. So till here that, but not my mouth. So, in this paragraph, William took a long time to reach the bottom of the pool. It seemed that the depth was 90 feet instead of 9 feet. He could not hold his breath and felt as if his lungs would burst when his feet touched the bottom of the pool. He gathered all his strength and jumped upwards. He had thought that the next moment he would come out of the pool, but the opposite happened. What was that? So his movement upwards was slow, and when he opened his eyes, he saw water all around, which was yellowish in color. So here William got scared and tried to grab something. So what was that? A rope which would help him reach the edge of the pool. But he got nothing other than water. So William was at a loss of breath and tried to scream for help. But no sound came out of his mouth. His nose and eyes came out of the water, but his mouth remained in it. So next is I failed at the surface of the water, swallowed and choked till I had started on the long journey back to the bottom of the pool. So William waved his hands at the surface of the water for help. And what happened? But he swallowed water and choked himself. So he tried to pull his legs up, but they were very heavy and lifeless. So he felt that something was pulling him towards the depth of the pool. He screamed, shouted, but his voice did not go out of the water. Once again, William started going down towards the bottom of the pool. Now, next he says that I stuck at the water as I went down, expending my strength till then I would get to the edge of the pool and be safe. So, in next paragraph, William tried to save himself from drowning in the pool and tried to grab something. So, but as there was water all around, he could not do so. So, he compares his situations to a person who sees a nightmare and fights against the dreadful dream, but is unable to ward it off. So, William was breathless. So, here you can understand the panic situation of that boy. So, he felt pain in his lungs and his head felt a sensation of beating. He was getting unconscious, but he could recollect the plan to save himself. As his feet touched the bottom, he would take a leap and jump up to the surface in a jiffy. Then he would lie on his back, hit the strokes with his limbs, and reach to the edge of the pool to safety. So here expanding means losing, giving out, ache means pain, dizzy means faint, unsteady, strategy means place of action, clear not that is a plan of action, strike out, extend, thrash means hit with force. So next what happened, let's see. He says I went down endlessly. I opened my eyes, nothing but water with a yellow glow, dark water. So till here till in this paragraph till here said and that I was still alive, clear. So in this paragraph, strike means severe, seized means gripped, striking means screaming, paralyzed you all know incapable of movement, pounding means repeated beating. So William sank into the pool and the journey downwards seemed endless. He opened his eyes. There was water all around. It had a yellowish glow and he could not see through it. So this terrorized William. He says that his feeling cannot be explained, but it can only be understood by those who have experienced a similar situation. He was screaming in the water. He was unable to move due to the fear. His screams also froze. Only his heart beat and the beating in his heart indicated that he was alive. So next is, and then in the midst of the terror came a touch of reason till nothing happened. So in between the phase of terror, in the midst of means between. So in between the phase of terror, William recollects the plan that he had to take a jump as he touched the bottom of the pool. As he felt the tiles of the bottom of the pool, his feet used all strength he had and he jumped up. So the efforts went in vain. He was still submerged in the water. He looked around for help, for any rope, ladder, or water wing with the help of which he could rescue himself. So he could only see water all around him. It was as if a chunk of yellow water had grabbed him. The terror grew intense. It was like an electric shock that ran through the whole body. So he trembled with fright, with fear. So he could neither move his limbs nor call out for any help. And then, strangely, there was light. I was coming out by the wayful yellow water till now I must go to sleep. So here seized means ended and limp means lifeless. So something strange happened, and William saw light. His eyes came out of the water, his nose was almost out of it. Then he started going downwards into the pool for the third time. He tried to breathe but gulped water inside. So the light went out as he drowned again. Then he stopped making efforts to save himself. So William relaxed here now for a moment. His legs became lifeless and his brain experienced a black out. So the fear ended. He did not panic now. He became quiet and experienced peace. He was not afraid of drowning anymore. He felt sleepy, was tired to jump up, felt nice to be carried in his mother's arm as he